and I'm fine with it. I'll push the line with it. Pick a nigga off one at a time with it. We can be on a 3-hour time.
All right, welcome to episode 3 now. Episode 3, we made it this far. Shout out us. Applaud us for episode 3 in literally not even 2 weeks. I think we recorded episode 1 on the 18th, and now it's July 28th, and we're already on episode 3. So truly a great run from us. You know, I bet a lot of people didn't think we would make it this far, but we knew we were going to last a long time. We knew this. So if you talk to me or Silos, you know this shit was gonna. We're gonna be around for a long time. Okay, so don't think we're going away anytime soon. But you know, shout out to the Big Papi Nation. That's what we're calling our supporters now. Big Papi Nation, BPN. For all the love and support, man. We are so grateful for you guys, and we love you guys. You know, if you guys ever need us, you know, obviously don't ask us for no money because we're already spending that shit on ourselves for our own company. So it ain't exactly money to go around right now. You know, we got money spent on ourselves, but you know, if you need a favor, you know, like you moving or some shit, I'll come help you move. But you know. The IG, TikTok, and YouTube, Spotify numbers are, you know, we're doing numbers, man. The IG is at 64 subscribers now. I've been telling strangers to follow because I can't get my own fucking following to follow us. Apparently, I've been telling them for fucking 2 weeks straight, 3 weeks straight now. God forbid you click the fucking follow button, you know, just calling people out.
It's free, too.
It's fucking free to hit follow, man. I didn't think it was that hard. I got lurkers. I've seen lurkers. I know who you are. You ain't safe. I've seen you lurk. Multiple stories on multiple days. You looking that you won't drop the fucking follow, will you? Huh? I get it, bro. I get it. Fake ass people gonna stay fake, but you know it is what it is. You know I got my people show me who fucks with me still and who doesn't. Okay, and I know. You know I got a list and I'm checking it twice. No Santa Claus. You know. So no, call me toxic, whatever. I really don't give a fuck. I've been called worse, man. Just check my DMs and my comment sections and my Reddit posts. You know, all that shit. You can't get to me, man. You can't phase me. So, you know, all things aside, when we're paying back dues, we got a list of who's going to be on that list. You know, the Big Papi Productions parties, we already got a list of who's invited. So, the list is short. Let's put it that way. So YouTube. I don't have the YouTube subscriber numbers. Do you have the YouTube subscriber numbers, Silos?
I currently don't, but I believe we're at like 9 the last time I checked, but still, we're gaining followers.
It's okay. Still, we're gaining followers. We're going up there. What I really want to talk about is the views that we've been generating on YouTube. We're at about 50, which is surprisingly less than episode 1. You know, we dropped episode 1 on Saturday. And people are off on Saturdays. Maybe they were scrolling and they found us more likely. The algorithm, we can't really control that shit. But episode 2 was resoundingly a better episode than episode 1. I mean, just look at the fucking views on the short form, okay? We have roughly about, on IG and TikTok, the clips that we've uploaded, we have, and there's only 2 that we uploaded on the TikTok. But I've uploaded like at least 8 on my IG across 3 of my pages, right? So it's about 50K views across the board on IG and TikTok. 1K likes on the ones that I'm in. Both of us are in, and for some reason, this motherfucker in front of me drew 30K views and by himself, just literally picking fights. I guess people love to see this man talk. I don't know. He's very charismatic and he's cute as hell, you know, so I get it. But
you are too, Papi.
Oh, thank you, buddy. But I'm a villain, so people are going to hate me no matter what. They hate what they can't have, you know. What's that saying? You know, women love me and men want to be me. It's just true. So I actually didn't get to introduce my name today. Today, I'm Tony Millones, the Boogeyman, you know, which I'm going to talk about right now. Today, I'm Tony Millones. I'm not the Boogeyman today. I'm going to leave the Boogeyman off. He's off today. You know, the Boogeyman is like the main event. You know, when we got a topic like, you know, talking about the trash-ass Dodger fans, which I'm going to talk about too. For a bit, not too long. We're really trying. Believe it or not, I know I'm talking a lot right now, but we're trying to cut these intros. But we just have a lot to say. I got a lot to address, so this one, the intro is going to be a bit longer. So bear with me. But you know, the episode 2, I debuted the Certified Boogeyman, and just to explain that shit, For the people that actually watch the long form content, you understand that I'm not always like that. Look, go check out episode 1. I was not like that in episode 1. What I was in episode 2. That's clear as day. I was not the same person. The Boogeyman persona is me. Don't get me wrong. It's me. I'm cutthroat. I'm ruthless as hell. I'm aggressive. Okay. All those things. I am those things, and I stand on fucking business, and I convicted in what I say, and I don't have regrets unless I say I fuck up. If I fuck up, then I have regrets, of course, but. And I own those mistakes, because I'll explain in a bit what I mean by that. You'll see what I mean. So let me explain real quick, okay, for the record, because I know we have Dodger fans watching, okay. Silos is a Dodger fan, so I'm sure he has Dodger fan friends, okay. Let me make this really clear, because people seem to think that I just have a blind hate for all Dodger fans. My fucking business partner is a Dodger fan. If I really hated Dodger fans that much, we would not be in business together, okay. So,
agreed.
I hate the stereotypical Dodger fans that defend 35 years of underachieving and the failures that you constantly put up for 35 years straight, okay? That is what I hate. And I also hate that facts are facts, man. You got videos on YouTube of you fuckers getting in fights with opposing fans, okay? And I know for a fact, and Silos confirmed this pre-podcast, that in the early 2000s, and it was really bad. It was dangerous for opposing fans to sit in certain sections of the Dodger Stadium, okay? You can't fucking justify that shit to me, okay? I know it's not the same, but let's not act like those people don't exist still. They didn't just die or fall off the face of the planet, okay? They still exist, all right? Maybe they don't do it as much because maybe fucking security finally stood on business and decided to tell them not to do that shit anymore, but that is what I hate, okay? Let's make it clear. Defending underachievers and defending the failures, making excuses. I hate that shit, okay? So I don't defend excuses. I don't make excuses, so I don't defend people that make excuses. So if that's you, then maybe I do hate you. I don't know. Do what you want with that. But so real quick, I don't know if you've seen the Instagram or the TikTok posts that I've been posting, but I did on my personal profile. I uploaded some of the hate comments I was getting, because I was pretty much the only one getting hate comments because I was the villain. So of course people are gonna hate a villain, right? So people were hating on me. To be honest, there was like 25 to 30 comments that I responded to, each single one. You best believe I'm out here responding to every fucking comment, okay? But it did get 30 likes. So believe it or not, I doubt the fuckers that actually commented actually liked too, because why would you hate, comment, and then give it a like, right? So I think I had a good mix of likes and haters. So, the haters... Honestly, you suck at talking shit. Dodger fans, the ones that I'm talking to you, the hating Dodger fans that hated on me. All you could really do is talk shit on the Angels, which I already acknowledged that they fucking suck. There's a clip of me on fucking TikTok, and not on TikTok, but it's on IG, of me saying, because the Angels fucking suck, man. And literally, I say it, so I know. So you don't gotta remind me, okay? Come up with something new. Be original, okay? Hit me where it hurts, even though you can't hurt me. Try better. Maybe I'll give you some credit, but you guys fucking suck at talking shit. And you only, honestly, I will say this every fucking time. The haters make me stronger, and the doubters make me stronger. Believe it or not, I feed off that shit. I get stronger, and I don't know, I get bigger somehow. Okay, like it just makes me better. Okay, so you can keep on hating me. You're just giving me engagement, because I know they ain't gonna watch the long form. These pussies aren't gonna watch the long form, because God forbid they hear somebody telling them the truth. Okay, Lord knows Dodger fans love to live in delusion. Okay, yeah, just be better, man. Talk some better shit. I've heard worse shit on Reddit. Okay, so be better. All right, come with some better shit. And it takes me literally 2 seconds to reply to you. It takes you hours probably to think of something to say to me. So it takes me like 2 seconds. I don't even fucking warm up. I just literally drop the comment and I fucking take your ass out. So, and then the last thing for my intro, I know I've been talking for a lot for the intro, but I had a lot to say. So bear with me still. So, I want to sincerely apologize, for using the word, in the most viral clip out there, when I'm talking about why, discussing the injury status of the Dodgers, right? I use the word crippled to explain that, to kind of describe the injury status of the Dodgers. They're literally missing like 8 people. They got 2 back. I think Glasnow is back and Joe Kelly's back. And Kershaw, so you got 3 guys back within the last episode. 3 guys back that I know of. So you got those guys back, okay? But But at the time, you would miss 8 guys, okay? And that's pretty egregious. You were very injured, okay? That's why I used the word crippled. And so it is used among sports fans. I've heard it plenty of times. To be honest, looking back on it now, I would never use that word to describe a handicapped, a disabled person, right? Never. I looked it up. I had to look it up to educate myself, and it's definitely there are multiple organizations that describe it as a derogatory term, insulting. So I would never use it to describe somebody that's disabled. Okay, and for the record, nobody came forward and had a problem. No comment called me out. Nobody. I am coming forward myself, and I am the one apologizing. Nobody asked me to. Nobody called me out. Nobody tried to put me on blast. I called it out. And Silos also told me that he did not like the use of the word. Not in the, like, oh, you suck or nothing like that. But he told me, like, this is bad. And I told him, I already know. I already planned on saying sorry. And so Silos didn't tell me to say sorry. This is coming from me as a man. I'm owning up to my mistakes. I will be better. And I can say we because obviously Silos is going to commit to being better too. Obviously, we have a platform now. We're online. We have a responsibility to be better than the average Joe. Okay, so I will be better. And if anyone has a problem with that clip staying up, let me know. We'll take it down. No problems. No questions asked. We'll take it down. So we'll be better, and this isn't your typical YouTube apology. I'm not out here crying. I'm not Logan Paul throwback when he said had tears in his eyes and he was like, I made a continuous lapse in my judgment. He got roasted for that shit. It's a typical YouTube apology. I don't know if you've seen the videos, but there's a top when somebody fucks up on YouTube, they'll just upload a video, they'll cry, and then they'll just say, I'm so sorry, I made a lapse in my judgment. So I'm not Logan Paul in this sense. Nobody called me out. I'm coming up forward and saying sorry. I won't do it. I can't say I won't do it again because people make mistakes. I'm only human. So I can't promise that I won't fuck up again, but I will be better, and I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart, okay? So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Silos to give his thoughts, because I've talked enough. So Silos, go ahead and take us into your intro, and then we can get started on topic number 1 today.
All right, that's our time for the day. I'm just kidding, man.
Yeah, for real. Right?
That was a pretty long one.
So I know. I'm sorry, but I had a lot to say. So
it's all good, man. Again, this is Big Papi Silos coming to you on episode 3. Between 2 clips that I posted on TikTok with this guy and me,
bragging about it.
Yeah, of course I'm gonna brag. I told you I was gonna brag about it, man. We have about we had about a total of maybe 17K views and probably about a little bit over 1,000 likes.
But if you combine the numbers from my IG post and your TikTok post, we probably hit around like 50K combined.
Yeah, I did 30K by myself, brother.
Okay.
Hey, I'm
gonna respond. Okay, I'm gonna drop my own video and I'm gonna double the views. Okay, I'm gonna put up 60K. I'm gonna put up 60.
You put up your 60.
Double the wage.
You put up your 60.
Double the wage.
That's not a problem. I just went on there. I decided on Friday night that I was gonna post a video on UFC predictions. I ended up posting it until Saturday morning at 5 a.m. And it gained some views. And by the time the fight started, I had about 30,000 views and about 1,000 likes. And just so you guys know,
said who you thought was gonna win, man. You didn't even say anything special. I'm sorry. You didn't even say anything special.
And people liked it. People fucking liked it. I didn't have to say anything special.
I know. You just
I didn't want to.
Fights.
Here's the thing. There was so much that I could
videos of me picking. I could be like, today's MLB picks of the day, and then I'll probably get double the views.
Yeah, but there's plenty that I could have said. So you know what? Since we're talking about it, let's get into the UFC. There's plenty I could have said. Good. I said Paddy Pimblett was going to be King Green, and the thing is, King Green has the power to knock out people, and he has punching power. And yes, he could have definitely knocked out Pimblett, but he didn't. Pimblett had actually won by submission. Because Pimblett should have been the one trying to get the takedowns, but it was King Green that tried the takedown, and well, it was all over there after that. And you know what? He put him night. I think he tried to put him in an arm.
Sleepy time.
Yeah, he tried to break his arm, but I think that King Green was already asleep, man. I got that one correct. After that, I said Aspinall was gonna win too, and he did within a minute. 1 minute, exactly 1 minute. He won with a knockout. Curtis Blades came in, and I mean he has a punching power, but I mean Aspinall is just a different beast, man. It's just a different beast. I think
he fucking put on a show though for the Manchester crowd, man. Shout out Manchester, England, man. Fucking you guys supported them, man. I respect that shit. When you show up and show out for your people, fuck yeah. Put on.
UFC, anytime it shows up in Manchester, man, it is a show because that crowd is loud and proud. So you know what? If anything, I definitely would love to go to Manchester and watch a UFC fight because, I mean, they are loud. Like they probably make me look like a quiet guy, and I'm usually loud at sporting events. Let me tell you.
Yeah, they make Dodger fans look normal, bro.
To be honest, probably, man. They are loud.
They're aggressive. They are fucking aggressive, bro. They really are.
No, you go to a soccer game, man. Then
shit,
it's even worse.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
it really is. They're worse than Mexico fans.
Yeah,
they're worse than Mexico fans at soccer games. To be honest with you, they're rowdy as hell.
Absolutely. And then for the main event, man. Here's the thing, man.
Muhammad put on, man.
It was Muhammad. It was.
The Muhammad
remember
show.
the name.
It was the Muhammad show, man.
Remember the name.
Muhammad,
Bilal Mahad. Remember the name, because he did win. He did win. To me, he won decisively. I think it was 4-5. I think round 3 was the only one that Edwards won, but that's my personal opinion. I mean, you know, there's two judges scored it 2-3. One of them 4-1, but I honestly think it was definitely a 4-1 fight. Bilal Muhammad. Remember the name, because that's his nickname.
Yeah, man.
Remember the name. He told you guys. Remember that he is a real guy. He is a real one, man. He dominated the champion, and he made sure that Edwards knew every single round that he needed to finish him, and he couldn't. So, congrats to the only one that I got wrong, because I only chose those 3 fights, and congrats to Bilal Muhammad.
Yeah.
So, but honestly, those 3 fights were pretty good fights. But I think the fight of the night was Mick Parkin versus Lucas Przeski. They kind of went back and forth within a couple of minutes, but Parkins overhand right and just knocked him out, and it was just beautiful. And that's why I think he got one of the bonuses of 100,000, with Aspinall getting the other 100,000 and Paddy Pimblett getting 200,000. I think those were 3 great fights. The only disappointing fight, man. Guys.
Don't get us started, man.
Look, man. I'm gonna tell you a little story.
Yourselves. Man. Big Papi
Prepare
Nation.
yourself for this story, guys. So I'm watching this fight, and it was Mohamed Mokaev. You know what? You should change your name because Mohamed put on a real fight. But this Mohamed Mokaev against Manuel Cape.
I think they're spelled differently. Different Mohammeds.
It's spelled differently. One is the last name and the other one's the first name. But
they're two different Mohammeds, clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly.
I'm going to tell you, man, I was so excited for this fight. I mean, the pre-fight, everything, they're trying to go at it. Once Mokaev entered the ring, the octagon, sorry, they're trying to go at it. They had to have security all around it. So I'm sitting there at the edge of my seat. I'm like, I'm ready to see a fight. They had to delay the fight because it took security a while to calm them down, to kind of get it all out of their system so that the referee can start the fight and everything going on. So I'm sitting there. I'm ready to go. But these guys are trying to go at each other's throat. I'm thinking, all right, man, they're going to really duke it out. This is going to be another, like, Gagey Holloway type of fight. Mm-hmm. And the referee calls for the bell, round 1.
Fucking disaster.
Boy, I could have gone to sleep.
Bro, me and Silas could have put on the same fight that they did. Honestly, no problem.
Like, brother,
put on the same fucking fight.
The first significant strike was at minute 2. 2 minutes into the fight.
Hey, there's more violence on our podcast just on words than what the fuck those pussies put on, man. For real. There really are more violence with words that we have than what they put on, honestly. Go on. Keep
That
going.
that was very disappointing. I expected a lot more. If you're gonna talk all that shit, back it the fuck up. Because you know what?
Stand on fucking business when you talk that
John
bullshit,
Jones and Daniel Cormier talked some shit, and they
Yeah.
both backed it up. You know what?
Hell yeah.
I know
Duke it
DC
out.
lost. DC lost,
Yeah.
but he put on a fucking show.
Yeah.
So did
He earned
John
his
Jones.
fucking money. They
Like,
both earned their
don't-
money, man. They,
Like, exactly. Don't come at me and say, "Oh, we're gonna do this," and fuck, you fucked it all up, man.
no, yeah, yeah.
You're
yeah.
just like, come on. I don't want to be sleeping during a fucking fight.
Yeah.
It was
No,
just
what,
honestly.
what did you say it was? Because I didn't get to see this fight for some reason. I was busy. I was at a baby shower. Shout out Jesse Ramirez and Claudia Marias, two great friends of ours, and they're expecting a baby girl named Selena, and it gets in like 3 weeks. She's almost here, bro. And she's gonna be so loved. So shout out Big Papi Jesse and Claudia for their expected child. Congratulations. You have our support in every form of the way. We have your back no matter
Absolutely.
what. So I was there, so I didn't get to see the fight, unfortunately. But I couldn't even fucking find highlights. The fight was that bad. They didn't post the highlights. There are none. There are no highlights. That's how fucking bad the fight was. To be
you
honest,
have to have
But what-
ESPN
but-
Plus, bro. You can watch
it doesn't
on the
matter.
replay, but you
should
don't
still
watch
be able
it.
to see. I found highlights of other fights. That's what I'm saying, and I couldn't find it. So obviously
what?
there were none. But my point is, sorry, but I gotta finish because I meant to say something quickly. But so what was it? 2 minutes without a punch thrown or a real
With
punch?
a-
Right? That's what it was.
with a
Without
significant
real-
strike.
There
They
you
were
go.
delivering
Significant strike.
jabs,
No, 2
but
minutes,
it was barely
no
landing.
strike. Yeah. And then what? They don't actually something. The first round was a wash. They didn't fucking do shit. Really? Like what?
They
What was
didn't
it?
do shit. It
you
was
go.
lackluster, bro. The first 2 rounds were lackluster. Fucking luster.
Talk all that shit. Why you? Here's my problem. Okay, why are you out here? And Dana talked about this. Okay, why are you constantly running up on each other, man? Just granted, you never got to each other, so obviously you knew what was gonna happen. You knew you were never gonna get to each other, so you were just trying to run up on each other for show, right? I guess draw hype. But if you don't draw hype twice, they did it twice, right? They did it in the pregame presser, and they did it when they got to the ring. I saw both of those. Those there were videos of, because apparently that drew views, but the fight didn't. So that's why we're calling your bitch asses out. All right, be better. You gonna talk? There's a reason why. Which is it? Mohammed, the Mohammed guy, right?
Mokaev.
There's a reason why he's not being re-signed. His contract is done, and Dana White said, "Best of luck in the PFL, man." He's not coming back to the UFC, okay? Because obviously they're done with this shit. Because I think he the one that sucker punched. He's the one that sucker punched the other fighter, right?
Yeah,
There was
it was all trying to bring in money, but
you gotta stand
Bro.
on fucking business, bro. You have to sell pre-fight and the actual fight. You cannot just pick one, okay? Otherwise, you're just gonna get hate, which is what we're doing here. We're jet ass hating on you because you it's justified. You deserve to be hated for this shit. Honestly, like Silos was watching and he was so disappointed, man. I mean, people pay money, not that we did. But people pay money for it.
that was
For
me.
real, no. That was him. He was fucking sleeping, man. You can't put on shows like that. I don't care who you are. All right, I don't care that you're 13-0. To me, you're 0-0, man. Get better, man. For real, like. But any final thoughts before I kind of go to what I thought of each fight? Real quick.
It just that
my own comments.
it was very disappointing, and you know what, there was some comments made by Dana White, which we'll get into a little bit later. Which
A bit, no,
thanks
literally
to
in, like,
this,
1
thanks to
minute.
this, I kind of agree. I disagree and agree because you guys will hear it a little bit later. But come on, man, like if you're gonna put on a show like that, you know what? I'd rather you shut the fuck up, and then for me to watch a fight and you actually put on a fight.
Yeah, honestly.
That's-
Yeah.
You know what? Gage and Holloway, they didn't do much talking. They respect the shit out of each other, but when they were in that middle of the ring, they fucking duked it out.
They duked it out. Absolutely.
So the last 10 seconds of that fight was more entertaining than the freaking 15 minutes of that fight. I'll tell you
For
that
real.
much.
For real.
But anyway,
talk your shit.
that's-
Talk your shit.
Yeah,
Those are your
that's it
thoughts?
for me. That's it for me, so I'll just go over
Yeah.
to you.
Okay, so real quick before I talk about Dana White, because I got some shit to say about Dana. the Muhammad Edwards fight, I thought Muhammad was clearly the dominant winner of 4 rounds. For sure, you could argue 3 because 2 judges scored 3 out of 5 rounds for Muhammad, giving obviously Leon Edwards 2, which I disagree with. But I still think you could make the argument that he did. Edwards did win 2. I mean, there was at least one, in my opinion, that was close. Okay, that you could reasonably, without being egregious, give it to Edwards, right? I think that's fair, but I still think, to be honest, it should have been 3 judges, if not at least 2, score 4 out of 5. But I'm not mad because obviously Muhammad still won, and it was unanimous. It definitely had to be unanimous. Okay, there's no deciding, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that shit. Okay, but I think it was a fair scoring. Okay, Edwards did have some moments. Let's not act like he didn't have moments in the fight where he kind of took control. But it was not nearly enough to win decisively at all, or even have a chance of winning this fight, okay? But he did have moments, okay? I'll give respect where it's due. He did have some moments where he took control on the ground, and he kind of manhandled Muhammad for a bit, but it wasn't nearly enough. Muhammad got out of those grasps quickly. But he had moments, okay? But honestly, when Muhammad took control, Edwards just seemed helpless, man. He seemed like he couldn't do anything. He seemed like he needed help. Get that man some milk or something. I don't know, because he seemed like he needed the help. So those are my thoughts on the Edwards Muhammad fight. Muhammad dominant. I respect him. I'll be watching when he fights now for sure, because he impressed me. So I'll be watching, and I'll have a lot to say about Muhammad. He has my respect. So just hope he can keep it. That's nothing the other Muhammad did. Don't be the other Muhammad. All right, because then I'll come for you too. Nobody's safe. That's my mom.
Just really quick before I forget, Bilal Muhammad has an 11 fight winning streak.
Yeah.
Breaking
That's crazy.
Breaking Edwards 13, by the way. He had 13
Absolutely.
consecutive.
Absolutely. So Aspinall versus Blades. I mean, there's not much to say, but I have to shout the man out. Shout out Tom Aspinall. He had a dominant showing. He really fucking put on a show in front of his Manchester crowd. So you knew he came in with that extra chip on his shoulder. I would too, man. Honestly, if I'm playing in my home city, like you best believe, or I don't know if he's from Manchester, but you know what I mean, his home country, right? Because the UFC doesn't go to England often. I know that.
Yeah.
They're mostly in America. So, so the fact that he put on, the English crowd showed out for him, and I love that shit. You love to see your people back you up, because I know shit. My people don't back me up, no. But that's a different story. My real motherfucking G's do, but the people I thought we were good with, they don't back me up for shit. So Lord knows it's rare breeds to rely on. But I got my crew and my team with me, so no matter what, I'm good. But so moving on to Dana White. Which is something I really wanted to talk about. So basically, Dana White, he had like a 25-minute presser where he says he's basically never upping the bonuses again, and then he later clarifies that he meant like not in a press the way he did it, and he announced it in a presser that the bonuses are going to go up. All right, so he's not doing that again. Doesn't mean that the bonuses will not ever go up again. Let's make sure that's clear. But I wanted to talk about Jake Paul for a sec, because Jake Paul and Dana White are intertwined in the news quite often when it comes to literally Dana White is probably sick and tired of hearing Jake's name, and I don't think Jake feels the same way, because I think Jake loves the publicity. You know what we say here on Big Papi Productions, man, all publicity is good publicity. So I do think it actually helps his argument for criticisms of the UFC. The fact that you say this doesn't really help the fact that that Jake claims, at least. I don't know exactly how the fighters get paid, but I have a feeling that it's less than boxing. I don't know if you have something to say about that, Seals, or I'll turn it to you.
It is less than boxing, a lot less than boxing. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
much.
That's what I thought. I just didn't have the numbers.
It's nowhere near where boxers get paid. However,
now, is that the top boxers make more? Or is it across the board boxers make more than UFC fighters? Like
pretty
on
much
every level?
almost across the board, dude. Because I think even the lowest ones are making at least $1 million. Per fight.
Right.
But just to defend Dana just a tad. I mean, I can't fully defend them for saying that but however, he did say Holloway and Gaethje received an unprecedented $600,000 bonus for their fight
for UFC 300, right?
For UFC. But it was UFC 300.
That was the UFC 300.
Yes.
Okay.
But this was for the BMF title. That fight did not disappoint at all. That was from beginning to end a good fight, and the last 10 seconds was just phenomenal. Even though Holloway knocked out Gagey in that middle of the ring with 1 fucking second left. So you know what? As much as we want to say here and say, oh well, Dana won't do this. Well, guess what? He didn't. He doubled it because he was going to give him only 300,000 because he said, hey, it's going to be UFC 300 put on a show. Well, here's 300,000 for the fight of the night. Well, not only did he give them the fight of the night, but he fucking doubled it. So that was 1.2 million that he gave out just to those fighters alone. So yeah, I mean, you know what? I'm pretty sure if he feels that someone deserves a good fucking bonus, he's gonna give it to him.
No, and I respect that. I understand that, but the way it sounds when you just straight up say that I'm never upping the bonuses again just does not help your case when it comes to saying that when Jake Paul claims that the UFC doesn't pay their fighters enough, it don't help you out. I know Dana doesn't give a fuck, and he shouldn't, right? I respect Dana for what he's done, what he built, he put together that company, and I think the fighters should definitely be grateful for the opportunity they have to showcase their talents and make money while doing it, right? Because, America is the land of opportunity, right? Anybody can really make it if you work hard enough, man. I believe in that shit, and if you don't, you just don't work hard enough, man. I'm sorry to tell you that. You don't want it enough. You're not willing to take the risk that it takes to make it in this country, man. You're too busy cushioning your little cushy 9-to-5 job, and you don't want to take risks, and you just you're comfortable being mediocre. If you say that the American dream is still not possible, most definitely it is. I'm not saying it's not hard. It's not. Me and Silos put up 16-hour days sometimes, man. I promise you that. Silos has a regular job plus the podcast plus the other ventures that we have that we won't disclose on the pod because it could cause
and
heat
being
for
a
us.
dad.
And we do that.
Don't forget that.
And being a dad. So my man easily puts up 16-hour days, and me with my job and what I do on top of this podcast, I usually put in 40 hours a week on this pod easily. No doubt. With the recording time, with the planning, we spent an hour planning to talk about all this shit. Just between us, before we went live, we spent an hour just running through everything. Okay, so that's an hour alone. Then you had recording time. Then you had planning time. Then you had brainstorming time. Then we had the talks that we call each other. How can we make episode 3 better? How can we do this? What can we do better? You put that all together. Plus the research time that it takes to put on this show, you easily have around 30 to 40 hours, roughly. And depending on how much time we need to plan each one, okay? So the idea is we respect Dana because we understand hard work and what it takes to make it. We have by no means have made it. I call it successful already, because we're fucking happy doing what we do, regardless of making money on this pod or not. We're happy. Yep. We have so much fun doing this shit to us. It's such a passion for us. So we're successful already without any of the money, okay? But in our own ventures, Silas takes care of his family. I take care of my shit, and I definitely pay back dues to the people that. Don't ask me how I pay back dues, but I do pay back dues. Okay, I take care of the people. I take care of the people in my life that I feel deserve it. Okay, so don't get me wrong. I pay back shit in gestures and shit like that. But I don't have a family, not yet, not at least for like 8 years. But when I do have my babies, you best believe they will never know struggle for food or nothing like. They will be taken care of. They'll have great lives, but Yeah, final thoughts were, Dana. Okay, I don't know why you did that. I'm not done, but all right. I know it's time it's time to move on. I know, but the point is, Dana. All due respect, but maybe pay your fighters more at the end of the day. That's what I'm trying to say. Just pay them better, man. I don't know, but he probably won't because I get it. This fucking card sucked. To be honest, it didn't live up to the bonus. The idea, maybe it didn't suck, but it didn't live up to the bonus hype. When Dana made this bonus proposal, it was to get these fuckers to put up a show, right? To duke it out, and nobody did what he wanted to do. So I get what he's saying. But anyways, I've talked too much about this shit. So let's move on to the WNBA. So, Silas, you want to intro this because this was your idea. So go ahead and intro this shit real quick.
Yeah, man. We've been talking about. I think we've talked about WNBA in every single one of our podcasts.
Yeah, that's facts. We support women on this podcast.
We support them, man. They've supported us, and we're supporting them. But their revenue has increased by a lot. I mean, they almost tripled their revenue. From like 60 million to 200 million, and I think they're going to get more, especially because they're looking for other TV deals, other ventures out there. They're like us, man. They're looking for money. And with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark joining,
they're trying to shake that piggy bank.
Absolutely, like you got Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark coming in. They're your cash cows, man. They're bringing in the money. I mean, just last year, the highest attendance was the Las Vegas Aces, and they averaged about
tell them what
they averaged about 8.5 thousand a night, which, by the way, they've increased to about 11K this year. However, in the end of
tell them how the CC.
However, the Indiana Fever last year drew about an average of 4,000 people per game. 4,000.
Keep cooking.
However, this year with CC, it has increased to a ridiculous 17,000 per game.
Double the wage.
Like, oh my freaking God, that's what, 13K? At like just at like $50 a ticket. That's 650,000 per game that she's bringing in extra per game. I'm not talking about so far in the year. I'm talking per game.
No.
Like this woman,
you preaching, brother.
This woman deserves a lot. She's bringing in a lot of money, and you know what? I'll be honest with you. I mean, I know she's bringing in a lot of views, but I think the one thing that makes her more explosive is the 2 games that were sold out for. Was it 2 or 3 games that they played against the Sky?
The Sky had played 3 times versus the Fever this year.
The Fever, and all 3 games were sold out, and the ticket prices were insane. They were NBA fucking prices. Let me tell you.
Oh, yep.
So that
and they were, if I'm not mistaken, all of them were on ESPN. I think that's true. At least 2. I know for a fact.
At least 2. Yeah, at least 2 were.
But I think all 3 were broadcasted on ESPN. Yeah.
Oh man,
rightfully so.
They put on a show, man. People pay to watch them. You know what? I mean, their lowest attendance for the Fever was like 4,000, and that was in an away game. And I don't remember who they played, but that wasn't an away game.
It's probably like the Mystics, bro. I'm sorry, but the Mystics are fucking trash. So
or Atlanta. I don't know.
Atlanta's not that bad though. Atlanta's definitely
but they have
they
have the worst attendance in the league right now.
Oh, you got the numbers in front of you? Is that why you know that?
No, I saw them earlier, and they have these. Okay. I think they average about 4,000. What the Fever was averaging last year.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. It's because the Atlanta Dream play a very slow game. They're not really fancy with their. They're
not
exciting.
Explosive.
They're kind of like not to diss the San Antonio Spurs, but the San Antonio Spurs are largely defined when Tim Duncan was playing as a boring basketball team. I mean, sorry to say that,
but they won.
No, they won, but like when I wasn't like, oh, let me watch the Spurs. Like, no,
well,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, don't discount when Ginobili was there. Ginobili was doing something special.
Ginobili was an exciting player, sure, but like he was
because
sixth man,
even Tony Parker wasn't as exciting. But Ginobili, for some reason, when he came in, he was. But he
had that like that flair, the Euro, the crazy step backs and stuff like that. He was like a James Harden. A lot of the time, media compared him. We're not going to talk too much about the NBA right now because we're still focusing on the women. But he was like the James Harden before the James Harden. That's what people were comparing them to because they were both lefties, and the comparison's there. But obviously James Harden surpassed Manu by and large. A lot, but anyways, back to the WNBA. Go and continue with the
and
the
then
numbers,
like I said, and it's all part. I mean, I think Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese hand in hand have put this league at a different level.
It's both, okay. For the people that want to pick sides and say one is one without the other, nah, man, it's a duo. No. Get with the program. It's both of them. All right, do not pick one or the other. It's both. All right, both are doing their job.
Yeah, they both have their own style, but one without
they're very
the other,
different people. They're
Yeah.
very different personalities.
Obviously.
They're honestly opposites, to be honest with you.
But
in terms
at
of
the end
how
of the
they
day,
act.
they're the ones come bringing in the money. And like I said before, I think
facts.
honestly, they're the magic and the bird of the WNBA.
We've been
And
saying it
it's-
since episode 1, man. There's a clip of CeeLo saying this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're most definitely the magic and bird of this league.
They're definitely at the top of their game, and you know what?
Yeah,
I just wanted to take some. I told you I want to take some time and make sure we acknowledge that because WNBA sooner or later, right? I mean, this year they're probably going to lose about $50 million, which they will get some help from the NBA so they don't go under because they've been losing millions. But I think
the NBA,
slowly.
the NBA at the end of the day, they bankroll the WNBA. We know this. This is
But
known
at the-
facts.
But I guarantee you, if we start watching it, and because they're becoming exciting,
Right.
there's going to be a day that they're going to walk away and say, bye-bye, we're on our own, and they'll be able to repay back everything and then pay these players big-time money. And you know what? All these players saying, oh, we want equal pay. Shit, at the way they're playing, don't even search for equal pay. Search for better pay, man. Especially CC and Angel Reese, man. They deserve it.
They honestly deserve way big. They deserve $1 million contracts. Okay, I'm sorry. They do. They put up numbers more than any other player in this league, and I love me Aja Wilson. I love me Breonna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, all that shit. But you did not have the impact that Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark did when they came in. And honestly, we can honestly add all the rookies of this class, to be honest. Not all of them, but like I know Cameron Brink and Camila Cardoso are definitely names that help draw in viewership. But they don't compare to CC and Angel Reese. And
Absolutely.
I kind of got a spicy take I want to say. So real quick. So here's why. For a little facts, okay. Here's why I think the WNBA suffers from hate, largely by men. Okay, I'm calling my fellow men out. Okay, my fellow men out there that hate on these women, that like to shit on them and say how trash the product is. Number one, you're wrong. Okay, the product is not trash, and I'll explain why those highlight clips exist. Okay, we all seen those highlight clips of the WNBA players bricking layups and airballing shots. Number one, let's not act like the NBA players don't do that shit too, okay? There's a reason why Shaqtin' a Fool exists. Look up Shaqtin' a Fool, okay? And laugh at them. Call them fuckers out for that shit too, okay? So don't act like the NBA don't have that shit too. All right, let's just be. If we come with facts, come with some facts, okay? And I got you. Don't worry, I got you. So I'll come with the facts, okay? That's number one, okay? The NBA has just as many blunders as the WNBA. Number two, there is if you watch the WNBA All-Star game, you know what I'm talking about. The top of the league are fucking ballers, okay? They put on a show. Every fucking game. You look up Aja Wilson, Breonna Stewart. I've named them all the time, but every team honestly has a star on each team. Jewel, I'm forgetting her name, but I know her name is Jewel. I just don't remember. Is it Lloyd? I don't know. I'm not sure. But I think it is Jewel Lloyd. Jewel Lloyd is a fucking baller, bro. I watch her, and she, like, puts up numbers. Obviously, every player has a bad game. It happens to the men too. It's just the thing. You like to think that the men's game is like so far superior in product, but it really isn't. It's just the problem is that the top of the women are great, but there's a skill gap between the top and the rest. That's the real problem, okay? And that problem is going to get fixed because I believe that the college game right now is great. We know this, okay? We got Paige coming in next year, and we got Juju coming in 3 years. All right, when they get here, the game is going to get better, okay? And then there are obviously other names that I won't lie, I don't know about everybody, okay? I don't watch that much. I don't have that much time to watch every fucking sport, right? I do my best, but I don't have time. I don't have that many eyes, okay? I only got two, and then when I wear my fucking glasses, I swear I had them for this moment. When I wear my glasses, right? When I put these bad boys on, I got 4, okay? Yeah, I have 2 eyes, so I can't watch everything, and I don't have the ability to monitor every fucking game, especially when we got college basketball, football, men's, women's, NFL, basketball. There's so many fucking sports that all start in October, and they overlap on top of playoff baseball that it's just too much shit to watch. And I talked enough, but that's my point, okay? The reason why these lowlights exist, the reason why men love to hate on the WNBA, Honestly, probably because they fucking hate their own lives and that maybe they can't get girlfriends or whatever it is. But I don't get it. I don't have that problem, but so I don't hate them like that. I love the WNBA. We've been talking about it for 3 episodes straight. But there's a skill gap. We know this. Okay, that's why these problems exist. Is there's a skill gap from the top to the rest, and that's where the disparity is. But here's my hot take. In 5 years, I think give it 5. And I'll probably be wrong, to be honest, but I think it can happen. The WNBA will no longer have losses. They will either break even or have profit. That is my hot take. In 5 years, the WNBA will finally turn its first profit. Okay? Within 5. I give it at least 5. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't care. But I'm out here giving the hot take. So I think 5 years, they will no longer be a losing product. How much they're going to profit, I can't say. I just think with this fucking TV contract alone, they're literally cutting into the deficit already. So give it 5 years, they'll be profitable, man, or at least break even, all right? So that's my hot take. Go ahead and sign us off, Silos, so we can move on to the next. Any final thoughts on that, Silos, or can we move on?
Wow, I honestly thought it was going to be anywhere between 5 to 10 years. I thought maybe 5 years they'll start breaking even. Maybe in 10 years they'll start profitable, but you're giving them 5. But it is possibility,
man.
Again.
With this contract alone, man, they're already quadrupling the revenue on the TV deal. So,
absolutely, But,
it's only going to get better.
People need to watch.
Paige is coming.
Yeah.
We know Paige. Paige is a fucking baller, man. Paige is coming.
Absolutely.
And that's gonna create new storylines, new angles. They're gonna sell Paige versus Caitlyn for sure. Cause whenever they match up, it's gonna be electric, bro. Talk about electrifying, right? It's gonna be electric when Paige is a fucking baller. Shout out Paige Beckers, man. We love her. She's such a great player, man. She was the Caitlyn before the Caitlyn, right? Because people were talking about Paige like Caitlyn. But obviously Caitlyn showed up and she has her own game, right? Because they have different games. If you watch them both, Paige does not play like Caitlyn, and Caitlyn does not play like Paige. Paige, not Cage. I'm combining the names at this point. But you know what I mean. So
yeah.
With that said, can we move on or no?
Let's go.
All right. So final topic before we move into the main event, and then we got the Gen Hour. Of course, we can't forget about the Gen Hour. So
of course not.
You probably heard already. It's pretty big news, man. Skip Bayless will no longer be on Undisputed. Fox is letting him go. FS1. His last show will be sometime at the end of this summer, in a couple weeks probably. They didn't give us a date, so we don't have that to report. But I wanted to talk about it real quick, just give people's reactions and thoughts, because obviously people are going to talk about it. Skip is one of the fucking goats of this medium of sports media. So, we're going to start with Shannon. Shannon basically expressed gratitude. He's done this multiple times now for what Skip did for him by picking him to be. He said, "I want Shannon Sharp to be my co-host." When he left First Take in 2016 to start his own shit at FS1, he could have picked anybody, and he picked Shannon. So Shannon obviously is going to give respect where respect is due. And he said, despite what we all know what happened, man. The clips are out there. Skip was openly for 6 months, give or take. They had multiple moments where Skip just flat out disrespected Shannon Sharp. One of them, he shat on his career somehow. When it was the Brady discussion, he just took shots on Shannon's career. My man's a fucking 3-time Super Bowl champion, and you really gonna take shots on Shannon Sharp, one of the greatest all-time tight ends this game knows, and you gonna take shots on Shannon? No, honestly, I am not a bit as big a man as Shannon, and I probably would cut off 6 years of friendship over that shit, over those 6 months. I don't know. I'd have to think about it, but he's a bigger man than me, I'll tell you right now. Okay, Shannon, shout out Shannon Sharp. We love that man. One of the funniest men out there and the most entertaining personalities. We hope to compete with you one day, my friend, to be honest with you. The duo of Silos and Tony G might give you a run for your money one day. We don't know, but stay tuned. But Shannon Sharp, he had a quote that I really liked, so I'm gonna tell you. So when he left, he kind of described people how people came to him and said, or I think it might be now. I didn't really understand the context that he was referring to because I kind of cut to the clip. But he basically said, "You think I worked this hard to get in this position to take time off now?" And that's what me and Silas can relate to this. You think we worked this hard, to just stop for a month, no dropping episodes, none of that shit, none of the other ventures we're pursuing right now. We're just gonna stop? Like, nah, man, we gotta keep going. There's no time to rest. We rest when we fucking when we're multi-millionaires. That's when we can take a rest and go to Spain for a month or whatever the fuck we gonna do. We gonna party big when trust me. It's all hard work, but you gotta have fun too. You gotta party. So those were Shannon Sharp's thoughts. Stephen A. also commented, so I want to talk about that. So when asked, essentially the question, will Skip Bayless return to ESPN's First Take? He responded with 2 words, and he's respectfully no. All right, that was the headline of the video that he put out. ESPN also made a statement, which Stephen A. addressed, that they are set with the current lineup at First Take, essentially saying they wish him the best, right? So that's not an option for Skip to come back to ESPN's First Take. Stephen A. obviously, in another clip later on, followed up the clip. I mean, it's a hot topic, so I don't blame Stephen A. for putting out multiple videos. Lord knows we've talked about the Dodgers for multiple videos now. This 3 episodes, and each episode we talked about the Dodgers. So I understand. So Stephen A. in another clip, he basically says that Skip and him are done as a tandem. And then he also gives respect where respect is due, just like Shannon. And he says that they are done as a tandem. No, sorry, I already said that. That the current climate of sports talk would not exist. Me and Silos would probably not be here talking to you guys, putting on a show every week, sometimes twice a week, without that man. Because he really, when you go back to when he was doing, what was it called, Cold Pizza? I don't remember exactly. I think it was Cold Pizza, where he first started debating people. He would bring up kind of like what ESPN does right now with First Take. He would bring up like a rotating character, hosts, and he would just debate them. That was when it started, and then he brought Stephen A. And then Stephen A. and Skip really took that shit to where it is now. And we see all these sports talk media and the debate panel and stuff like that, and they kind of go back and forth. That shit don't happen without Skip. So we respect Skip on this podcast for what he did, for what he put on for us, what he allows us to do. Without him, we probably don't do this. We're not here doing this. So all due respect to Skip. And then finally, my last point on news wise, and I'll kind of give my opinion. Stephen A. makes a great point that Skip is 73, man. 73 years old. My man is up there in age. He don't look it, to be honest with you. He really don't look 73 to me, because that man stays in shape. You ever see the Cold as Balls episode with Kevin Hart when Skip comes on? My man is pretty fucking jacked. Okay, for 73, he's pretty fucking jacked. So and Stephen A. says he ain't some 30-year-old anymore who has to scramble for another job. He's to be honest, this is me saying this now. He's had a generational run, okay, that could only be rivaled by either Stephen A. or Shannon Sharp, and they're not there yet. But you give him another 10 to 15, 20 years, because I still think Stephen A. will keep doing this. Maybe up until Skip's age. Actually, I don't know. I haven't heard him talk about it, but I think he might be. He won't go to 70. I don't think so. I think Stephen A. is done. That man works way too fucking many hours to go until he's 70. But my thoughts, we respect Skip, but Marcellus Wiley said it too, that the viewership just plummeted, man. When Shannon left, the viewership went south real quick. So like, when you're not selling, you don't merit the contract that Skip had. He had $8 million a year that he was pulling from FS1. When you're not putting up the numbers, man, I understand that they gotta let him go, and it's because he kind of burnt his shit out. He just kept saying the same old shit, reacting to the Cowboys, reacting to all this shit, the same thing over and over again, and he didn't adjust. And, we know the law of nature, natural selection is going to weed out the weak, right? So if you don't adjust, if you don't evolve, you're going to cease to exist. So those are my takes. Skip, great guy. He's actually he is hated a lot, but the people that have heard him when he's preaching and when he's talking real shit, he's a good guy. Okay, I actually like Skip, but I see why people got old. He got old quick because he talks a lot of bullshit sometimes, and He does it for clicks. I get it because we're in this business too, right? Entertainment. But you know, those are my thoughts. So go ahead, see those. Tell the people what you think about that shit, and we'll move on to the main event.
I've definitely been watching Skip for quite some time. He says some outlandish stuff. You know, he says very controversial stuff. He obviously one of the most viral clips he had was when he disrespected Shannon Sharp, which, as you guys know, because I am a Bronco fan, I know who that man is. He brought 2 championships to Denver. He had, he's a very funny guy, and then he was a very, very great one of the greatest tight ends at the time that he retired. Obviously, we have, ones coming in that are much better than him, to be honest. But they will also be Hall of Famers. But the man had a Hall of Fame career, and you're disrespecting the man. He played. Obviously he's not Tom Brady, but he had a great career. So, Skip Bayless. Love him or hate him, he was great for sports, for sports radio, for talk radio, whatever and he has his own podcast too. I think he has over 100,000 followers. So, you know what? He's in a good position. He could just be home and just talking to people and saying his outlandish stuff. And the one thing I love is, how about them Cowboys? Yep. And Stephen A.
Hey, you gonna hear me say that shit when the Cowboys fuck up every week, man.
Oh yeah.
Get ready for that shit. I'm gonna say that
checking.
shit.
Y'all still them boys? Is what
y'all
Stephen
still them boys? Hey, that's a little teaser for my Cowboys fans, my Cowboys haters. We got something planned for you guys. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We gonna have a segment for that shit. It's already in the works. We already called some people up. We got shit coming. So just get excited for that shit. All right. Get ready.
Yeah, and since we're on the NFL, we'll move on to the NFL. There's 2 things that I want to bring up before I start making any predictions for this upcoming season.
What's the time, real quick? What time are we?
We're at 56 minutes.
Oh, we're going over.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Again, we try to keep it under an hour, but Tua Tagovailoa signed a 4-year, $212.4 million contract, and Jordan Love was extended for another 4 years, $220. I don't know if I agree much with it, but at the end of the day, those are 2 very good quarterbacks.
Who are you gonna fucking sign? Who are you gonna sign over those 2, man?
Well, I'm not saying I think there's just a little bit of overpayment, but I think they could have saved some money.
2 guys that advocated for Paul George's to get paid, and now you want to talk about these QBs not getting paid. You kind of being a hypocrite, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You got to win too. So
you'll pay your Dodger. You'll pay your fucking Dodgers all the money in the world, but when it comes to paying the QB,
if you got the money, why not? If you got the money,
now you want to be stingy.
Yeah.
All right,
if you got the money, bro.
Keep going.
But anyway,
keep going.
So we just want to make a couple predictions on who we think are going to be the top 2 on each division. Yeah. Obviously, I'm a Bronco fan, and I can sit here and say the Broncos are going to be number 1. But who the fuck am I messing with? Like, this is some bullshit. That'll be some fucking bullshit.
I would have brought out the Boogeyman.
Not gonna lie, that is something Skip Bayless might do with the Cowboys, but I'm not gonna do it with the Broncos. I know better than that, and I'm gonna sit here and see what Bo Nix has to do, but possibly, maybe a year or 2, maybe they get better, hopefully. But for the AFC. For the AFC, you know what? I could sit here and say it's going to be the Chiefs, but as a Bronco fan, I'm not going to say that. I am not going to say that, and especially because
ridiculous, bro. So you don't even have them going to the AFC Championship? You don't have them going to the AFC? Hold on.
Listen.
You don't have them going to the AFC Championship?
You let me speak here. I would, but nobody in the history of the NFL has three-peated. There's teams that gone 4 times to the Super Bowl and did absolutely fucking nothing. The Buffalo Bills, who coincidentally I believe to be the second best team in the AFC, second to only the one team that I think is going to take it all in the AFC, which is the Baltimore Ravens, who got a lot better with the signing of Derrick Henry. So those are my 2 picks for the AFC, Ravens and Bills. And in the NFC, I think the second best team this year, and I think they've gotten better and they're gonna get better, is the Detroit Lions. Believe it or not,
Not a bad pick.
they started off well. They struggled towards the end. Obviously, they didn't make it, but I think they just gotten better, and I think they're the number 2 team. And my number 1 team, right as of right now, and this is in hopes that they sign the player that they have not signed in Brandon Ayuk, is the San Francisco 49ers. Yeah, I'm going to get some hate for that, but yes, the San Francisco 49ers are going to be the team to beat in the NFC because there is no team in the NFC that I think...
Are you drunk, for the record? Can you say that for sure? Are you drunk or no?
Water, sir, not vodka. Vodka.
No, that's vodka. That's probably vodka, man.
No, it's the San Francisco 49ers. Like, they have offense, they have defense. There's nobody in the NFC that could beat them. I mean, if you think so, what do you
sure
think?
about that? You're kind of freezing up on me, for the record, just so people know that I'm not reacting to him because I don't. He's freezing on me. He's freezing on me, man. Just for the record, okay? I'm gonna wait for him to come back, but all right.
Go ahead. Who do you think who are your top 2 of each division?
Okay, so
Who do you think?
just to clarify, just because so are you saying the Niners are winning it all, or are you saying they're making
No,
the NFC?
I'm saying I'm saying they're making the NFC Championship.
Okay, because I agree. I do think they go to the AFC Championship. Okay, but that's where it ends. Okay, so let me tell you why. Talking to the Niners now, NFC champs. Okay, not I'm saying NFC Championship game. Okay, not that they're gonna be NFC champs. All right, for the record, let's get it clear. Because I don't want to clip this and end up people misconstruing what I'm saying. So I got the NFC Championship game being Eagles versus the 49ers. Okay. Eagles added Saquon Barkley, okay, for the record. And if you have ever talked to me about the NFL, I am Saquon Barkley's biggest fucking fan, okay? The man put up numbers. He put up numbers behind the atrocity that was the Giants' offensive line. We all saw that shit. He had to put up with the trash offensive line, and despite Jason Kelce retiring, that Eagles' offensive line is going to be a problem. And they have that 3rd-round pick. I forget his name, but they have that 3rd-round pick that they've been kind of keeping on lock. That's going to take his spot pretty much. He's going to have a lot more snaps now. I have high hopes for him, basically. Not that I'm an Eagles fan by any means. Obviously, you see the fucking Rams hat. But I'm big on Saquon, so I love Saquon. I'm a fan of Saquon, so I'm going to hope that the Eagles succeed. I'm sorry to say that. And also the Cowboys ops, the biggest ops in the game. So obviously it's killing 2 birds with 1 stone, right? Because I fucking hate the Cowboys with their fans mostly, but I also hate the Cowboys too. I think they ain't about their talk. They talk a lot, and Lord knows Jerry Jones talks a lot, and he talks too much. The man should just retire. If you see this Jerry Jones, go ahead and retire, man. It's okay. So you had a great run. You had those '90s championships, whatever it was. You had a great run, bro. Just hang it up and go. I don't know. Go to Europe. Go to Spain. Go fucking live life, bro. You're done, man. Just you ain't about it no more. Your decision making sucks. We don't recognize talent, man. And I'm gonna stop because we're gonna have a special episode for the Cowboys. Don't worry. We'll have a whole fucking episode dedicated to how bad the fucking Cowboys are, but and how overrated their fans make them sound, to be honest. But I digress, right? So we're still talking Eagles. So I have the Eagles making it to the NFC Championship. They obviously had a down year when they got bounced by Tampa Bay last year, and I'm not gonna excuse that. Honestly, that you can't really excuse losing to Tampa Bay because Tampa Bay is not nearly the team that the Eagles should be. But, I think with Saquon, and they also added some secondary pieces. They added some cornerbacks. They added some DBs to the team, which they were struggling. That was one of the weaknesses of the team. They added some pieces. So I think, if those pieces pan out and they fix those holes, and with the Saquon addition behind that fucking offensive line, they're going to be a fucking problem, man. Believe that shit. They're going to be a problem. All right, so I see the Eagles being like the 8th-ranked team in terms of Super Bowl odds. No, I think that's honestly, I might drop some cash on that shit. To be honest with you, I think it's a good bet, but it's not the gin hour yet. So let me talk Niners real quick. So I think the Niners are gonna face the Eagles, and they're gonna lose to the Eagles. Okay, in the NFC Championship. At the end of the day, I'm not going to deny they re-signed McCaffrey, which is huge. I think they better re-sign McCaffrey. Not even re-sign him. They give him an extension, 2-year extension, right? They give him a 2-year extension. So I respect McCaffrey's game. Don't get me wrong. I think he's probably definitely up there with Henry and Barkley in terms of who's the top. I have Barkley as top. I already told you I'm a fan, so I'm gonna have him. I'm gonna stand by my guy, right? So that's loyalty for you, right? For the people that don't know about that shit. The loyalty right there. I got loyalty to Saquon. So I think Saquon's number one running back in this league. If that's a hot take, then you must be stupid, honestly. But I think Saquon is number one. In my opinion, just look at the body of work, man. He has tree trunks for legs, for God's sake. Yeah. So I'm not denying the talent on this roster for the Niners. For the record, because people are gonna call me a hater no matter what. Okay, but I am not denying the Niners' talent. All right, I understand they're stacked from top to bottom, but I honestly don't know when was the last time these pussies made the Super Bowl. I mean, not made it, won it. Let me look it up real quick for the record. The Niners. When was the last time they won it? 49ers. Championship.
94?
Oh my God! You don't say that. 95.
It was 95.
5 Super Bowl titles. 95 was the last. So you're just as bad as the fucking Cowboys. Like, oh my God, this isn't that the year the Cowboys won the last title? When was the last time the Cowboys won the last title? What was it? I thought that was the last year, but
it's been so fucking long. I thought the Cowboys was the 95, to be honest. So then
that's what I'm saying. Like, I heard you say it last time.
So then they
have 5 titles. When is it, bro? What the fuck?
Like 94.
I can't find it.
Fuck.
I don't know.
We have to pull up a VHS, bro, to watch their fucking.
For real, we have to pull up. We have to pull up like the stats for these both teams because apparently they both fucking suck. Because you haven't won in 30 years, almost. No, it's been about 30, right? Yeah, 30.
So 96 was our last win. So it was back to back.
The Dallas,
the Niners, and the
so it was
Cowboys.
Niners and then the Cowboys, and then they both proceeded to be chokers, and they fucking suck, right? So both of them suck. I just look, man. When you're a gambler, which I don't consider myself one, but technically by definition, I could fall into that shit, right? But you don't bet against streaks, okay? So essentially, that's what I'm doing here. I think the Niners will they'll go another 10 years with no title. All right, is that a hot take? Take it as a hot take. The Niners will go another 10 years without a title, Super Bowl title. Okay, making the Super Bowl is not a title. All right. But I mean, if you want to call it that, I mean, y'all can cope however the fuck you want. But at the end of the day, Niners, you ain't got a title for 30 years, all right? So you can keep on talking about how you're going to keep winning it all and break all the TVs you fucking want. Lord knows we got video of that shit. You guys breaking TVs, a bunch of fucking man children out there breaking TVs because your precious Niners lost. You'll never catch me breaking.
That's more Cowboy fans.
No, it was. I saw a video of Niners fans do that shit. You're all the same people, anyways. Honest to God. Just different teams. You wear different colors, but you're the same people. Same breed, to be honest. But yeah, I see you guys making the championship game. You're gonna fall to the Eagles, and then you're probably gonna keep doing that shit year after year. You're gonna have a great team year after year, and as much as you want to call, I already know the comments are gonna be like, "Oh, look who's mad about Levi South," right? You love to call the SoFi Stadium Levi South. Yeah, but hey, guess what? Who were the 2022 champions, right? Okay, who knocked you fuckers out in the actually that same season to win the championship? Who knocked you out? Just tell me who. I already know. The fucking Rams knocked you pussies out. All right. Yeah, who's up in the last 5 years? Yeah. So go ahead and call it Levi South all you want. It's not my fault the Rams weren't here for the past 30 years. They were in Detroit. No, St. Louis. My bad. St. Louis, not Detroit. Similar geography, but the point is, it's not my fault we weren't here all this time, all right? So you had to pick a team, and now you're going to stick by that team. I get it. I respect it, but at the end of the day, I started being a fan in 2017, the first year they were here, before they made the playoffs, before they won the Bowl, before they made the Bowl, and then before they won it a couple years later. So don't call me no bandwagoner, all right? I was here when they showed up. That's when I started being a fan, all right? So the haters ain't gonna see this because I probably won't even clip this one. But if I do, I'll probably clip it in response to the hate because I'm gonna get all kinds of Levi South. I already know. I could read you guys like a fucking book. Bunch of pussies ass, terrible fucking trash talkers. All the ops, man. You guys suck at trash. Nobody could hold a pen to my trash talk. Only guy that could is the guy sitting in front of me. He's the only guy that could actually give me a run for my money. All right, that's the only man in this country, in this world, that could give me a run for my money. It's the reason why he's my partner. All right, but yeah, Niners. I'm talking too much about this, so I'm gonna move on to the AFC. Okay. I got Chiefs because this man is delusional, saying that they're not gonna make the AFC title, let alone he's delusional, man. Oh my God. Okay. You don't think the league is gonna make sure that happens with the Taylor Swift storyline? But anyways, I digress.
She can't have every week off, bro. That's the only way that they'll win every week.
So Chiefs. I got Chiefs versus the Bengals in the AFC title match. Okay. Joe Burrow's coming back. Okay, he got injured in I believe it's week 11. Okay, obviously you lose your fucking star QB, you're not gonna do numbers. All right, let's not act like the fucking Bengals didn't play the Rams and lose by 3 points, field goal in the 2022 title game. Okay, let's not act that didn't happen like 2 years ago. Okay, they obviously had a down year, and then they had this year, where they just. They lost their star QB, with all due respect, and they still won 9 games. Okay, let's not act like it didn't happen. So I think they're gonna come back. They've made some signings that look promising. They actually signed, I believe his name is Zach Moss at running back, who's only really had 1 year of production, where he's proven that he's a good running back. Right, other times he's been more of a complimentary piece. So they'll put him in kind of like what the Cowboys did with Tony Pollard and Zeke. They kind of had split time, so he kind of came in to do specific things, right? But now he's like the more of a heavy minutes guy. Don't know much about Zach Moss, I'm gonna be honest, but I've seen his stats. He puts up solid stats, so obviously you're hoping he progresses, right? So if he gets better, which ideally, if you're putting in the work in the offseason, you're gonna get better. But I think these Bengals run it back to the AFC title game, and they're gonna lose to the Chiefs. I have the Chiefs Eagles in the Super Bowl this year. That's my prediction. You can book it, clip this shit, and keep it in log because I'll pull it. I'll be sure to pull it up. Okay, we're in fucking July 29, 2024. Tony G, Tony Millones, the Boogeyman, whatever you want to call me. Called it. Chiefs Eagles again. They're running it back to the Chiefs. They did play one of you already, right? But I think I'm pretty sure that happened already. Chiefs Eagles will be the Super Bowl. You can confirm that, right? I'm not tripping or anything like that. It was
Chiefs Eagles.
It's already happened, right? Was it 21? No, 22. Was it 23? It was 23. It was 23. 23. It was 23. I know that. Okay. Because people love to question our ball knowledge, apparently. Just because we don't remember fucking. Like the smallest stat or every fucking stat or fact, all of a sudden we don't know ball because God forbid we make a mistake about a fucking fact, right? People love to talk shit. That when you don't have anything, you just grasp at straws. Oh, they don't know shit about ball. Like stick to baseball. Yeah. That's one of the comments we got. But anyways, so that's what I have. Sleeper picks wise. Oh, so anyways, the Chiefs are gonna three-peat. Okay, that you're wrong for not even putting them in the AFC title game. Okay, sir. It's egregious, and I think you should be imprisoned for that shit, okay? Shit. See, I'm coughing because of the bullshit, that you're putting out there. I smell it from here. But the Chiefs will three-peat, okay? And then probably, I don't know, Travis and Kelsey will announce their child right after. So I hope I clip this, to be honest. I'll probably clip this shit. Yeah, Travis and Kelsey, after three-peating, they're going to announce their child, okay? They're having a baby. I don't know what they're going to call it. Maybe if it's a girl, they might name it Taylor again. But
might be born in November because they're having the kid as soon as Super Bowl win.
Oh, okay. I guess
February?
If you want to. Yeah, it makes sense. A November baby. Interesting. I don't know a lot of November babies. But anyways, so yeah, Chiefs are going to three-peat. This man is stupid, delusional. Call him all the names. Hate on this man. Boo him, okay? For not putting the Chiefs in the fucking AFC title game. Wait. Hold on. So if they don't make the AFC title game, cut it. If they don't make the AFC title game, who beats them in the divisional? Tell me right now. Go ahead. Who's taking them out? Who beats them? Yeah, who beats them in the divisional?
The Baltimore Ravens.
Okay. You think they face them in the divisional?
The Baltimore Ravens are going to beat them.
Don't you have them as a top team though? So hold on. So Baltimore beats Kansas City. Okay, whatever. You're delusional, man. The Baltimore Ravens. Right, I know they had Henry, but like they constantly underachieve, man. It's ridiculous.
I have them as the fourth best team. The third best team is the Cincinnati Bengals.
You said fourth?
Yeah, I have them fourth.
You didn't pick the Bengals though. in your AFC
No,
game.
no,
or
I
NFC
have.
game.
Okay, so no, I made a list. I already have a list, but we're only picking top 2. But if we had top 4, I would have had.
In the AFC,
Ravens-
in the AFC,
Yes,
you
in
in
the
the AFC,
AFC.
you have okay.
I
Fair
have
enough. Fair enough. All right.
I have the Chiefs as in. I have them in the top 4, even though they're 4th, but they're in the top 4. I don't think they're going to repeat.
Okay. Yeah, whatever, man. You're tripping, but you know, you must
But
be
anyway.
sipping on that contaminated cooling. I know you're in Fresno, so the
So-
water can't be that clean out there. So
So
but
anyway,
anyways, go ahead.
there was one pick, and you kind of picked it for me in a sense. There's been
You sleeping?
years where there's a last place team to first, and I think the Bengals are gonna. The Bengals were, if I'm not mistaken, were in last place last year, but
In their division,
they
right?
were
That's what you mean?
in their division. But I think this
But
year,
that division was so stacked.
I think this year they're gonna take it. I think they lose 2 times to Baltimore, but I think Baltimore has some critical losses at the beginning, which will help Bengals take that division. But at the end of the day, I think the Baltimore Ravens are gonna win it all. I think they're gonna win the Super Bowl.
You did not just say that on this podcast.
Yes, I honestly think that it's gonna be a rematch of the 49ers against the Ravens, and the Ravens win Super Bowl. You can lock it. Put it on lock, bro. You could say whatever you want. Ravens are gonna win, my brother. Believe it or not, A will win the Super Bowl. We can replay this
not
shit
just say
in
that, bro.
February, and we'll see who was right, who was wrong.
When their first round exits again on the divisional round, what are you gonna say then?
Hey, I was wrong, but they're not.
At least you own it, bro.
They
own
they're
our
gonna
mistakes.
win.
That's
They
the
are
one
gonna-
thing
they
about
are-
us, that we're a different breed. We actually own up to our mistakes.
Yeah,
It's
I'm not
rare
gonna
these
sit here and
days,
say,
but-
"Oh, like fuck."
No, I mean, and at the end of the
They-
day, bro, we have no fucking real stats to be able to pick our fucking Super Bowl prediction. We're
Honestly-
grasping on last year's and then free agency moves. That's all we're
You know what?
doing to make these predictions.
Around week 8, week 9, we'll have a better understanding of who's really
course.
who's who.
And we'll
but right
be
now we're just
updating our predictions.
because
Yeah,
we
I
don't
mean-
know. They have new players on
As-
that team, and we don't know how it's gonna happen. What's gonna happen?
And as Stephen A. loves to say, the list is fluid. The list is fluid. You ever watch
It is.
First Take and Stephen A. does his top 5 or whatever it is? He'll love. It's fluid. It's fluid. The list
We don't-
it's
we don't
fluid.
know
It's
how these
fluid.
new
It
signings are
changes
gonna
week
work
to week,
out.
To be honest with you, based on the performance.
And we don't know
That's
who's
'cause,
gonna
look,
get injured.
When the data changes, right? When the data and the stats change, so should the opinion. You don't just stick by your fucking data. Otherwise, you're dumb, to be honest. But so that's your first to last. You said you have sleepers or no? Do you have sleepers?
I would say that's my
that was your
sleeper. I would say,
Okay,
but it's
okay.
really not a sleeper because reality is with Joe Burrow coming back, they're not really sleepers.
And that they made some additions to their holes, so they're gonna get better no matter what.
Honestly, the only real sleeper that I have, and from the bottom of my heart, I hate to say this.
If you say Dallas right now, I swear to God.
The fuck? All right, I ain't outrageous,
Well,
bro.
you said I hate.
Like,
you said I
I
hate
ain't
to say
Skip
this.
Bayless,
You
bro.
said I hate to say this.
Okay, but you
don't.
don't. Okay,
So I was like, you
the
better not
reason
say Dallas.
I say the reason it hurts is because they're in my division. It's the San Diego Chargers. Don't sleep on them,
They ain't
bro.
doing shit this year, bro. They ain't even LA's team, bro. What the fuck?
I know they're not LA's team, but you know what?
I know Justin.
They
Herbert's
have a
about
good.
that
They
life,
had.
man.
They've had a good team. The thing is, they haven't had a good coach, and Harbaugh's there now.
They ain't doing shit, bro. I'm sorry, but they ain't doing shit.
Well, we'll see about that. But like I said, just don't sleep on them. I hope they have a bad year, bro. Because this year I'm taking my boys to go see the Broncos against the Chargers at SoFi. So believe me, I want them to do bad. But at the end of the day, if they,
Fair enough.
I can't. You know what? At the end of the day, I am a fan of the NFL, and I think that the Chargers do have a good team, and they just have not been coached very well. And I think Harbaugh's a much better coach, and we're gonna see what he does. Is he able to coach in the NFL, or is he just a straight college coach, and he just better stick to college because he's done great in college. And he was doing pretty good in the NFL, but certain things happened and he took off. But at the end of the day, I mean, Harbaugh's a good coach, so we'll see what happens. But like I said, don't sleep on the Chargers, man. Do not.
All right.
I mean, if they go on to win,
go ahead.
they go on to win, man. You're gonna remember
let me
this
give
episode.
Let me get it was the day you turned crazy. That's what we're gonna remember. But the honorable mention sleeper picks for me go Packers, Jets, and Rams. I like what I saw from the Packers, not just because they fucking tore the Cowboys apart. That made me happy. Don't get me wrong. I remember watching that shit. I remember watching that shit. Shout out my brother-in-law Michael and his family. We were all at his house. And we were watching it, and I was so happy, man, to watch all those Cowboys fans. Granted, they're not the Cowboy fans that I have beef with. I have beef with the obnoxious ones, the delusional ones. Those are the ones. Michael, by no means, is a delusional Cowboys fan. He's very realistic, and so I respect that. But I still hate the rest of you. So, so yeah, I just had a great time watching them get dismantled and completely torn apart. So I think the Packers with Jordan Love now, who has proven to be that guy pretty much, right? He got that contract signed already, and I just see a good potential. They could make a run. I mean, they made the divisional last year, so realistically, if I think they're gonna improve, they could make the championship.
They finished
That's why I call them
7-2 in their last 9 games, by the way.
Yeah, and I mean the Rams had a similar stat too, like that. They also had a great run, which that's why I picked the Rams too. So I think the Packers could make the championship game, but I don't think they're ready for the Super Bowl quite yet. I think Packers fans would agree with me when I say that they could make the AFC, the NFC. No, they're in the NFC championship game. I just don't see them making it to the bowl just quite yet. They're still a young team, so you know. I say young mostly because of Jordan Love, right? He's the youngest. He's one of the younger guys. He's the leader,
I think
so.
overall, I think they have the youngest team, by the way.
There you go. Yeah, but I'm also
their
saying because the QB is hella young.
I think they average 25 or 26 years old.
Right. So the Jets, obviously, we know Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. Okay, he's a bad motherfucker, man. He puts up numbers. He gets the job done. He only has one Super Bowl title, which we could talk about another day, but that's probably the organization's fault. The Packers just let the man down, to be honest. We can get into that another day, of course, but year after year, the Packers did not help that man whatsoever. He had to put it all in his back. So now, the reason why he's a sleeper and why I didn't pick them to be making the chip game is because, what did he tear? ACL? He tore something. He tore something and it was serious. Okay, I think it was the ACL. I already know people are going to hate on me just because I got the fucking ligament wrong. I got the fucking ligament wrong all of a sudden. I don't know ball, but you know, when you tear that shit, and I'm pretty sure my man's 40 at least already, if not over 40 or pushing 40. I think he's 40 though. I remember he was like 38 like 5 years ago, so he's got to be somewhere like that. So he's old, man. I mean, not everybody's Brady, of course, and Brady was by no means the athlete that Rodgers was. Rodgers definitely had more mobility to him in his prime than Brady ever did. But yeah, I think I can't.
It was the Achilles, by the way.
The fuck. Okay, the kid. There you go. I corrected myself, and this might not get clips either way. I'll clip the one where I say the ACL, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, you got the ligament wrong. You don't know shit." So, but you know, so I think realistically, I can't count Aaron Rodgers out, despite him tearing his Achilles. Okay. At the end of the day, the ball knowledge the man has, the IQ, the ability to throw the ball, all the things, the body of work that Aaron Rodgers has, you just can't count them out, man. There's a reason why people kept talking about them last year, that they could do some damage, right? People were hyped about that shit because the Jets were finally going to do something, right? But obviously
and they have good wide receivers and running backs, and they got a good defense.
They have a team.
They just needed a quarterback.
Right.
But, you know, at the age of 40, I don't know.
It's going to be a question. But that's why they're sleepers, and I don't have them in the chip game. And then the Los Angeles Rams, okay? My team. Now I get to talk about my team, and I won't talk about them too much because I can talk about them in another episode, right? I understand they had a shitty start, right? But they pulled that shit together, and they made the playoffs when nobody fucking believed they couldn't, including me, to be honest. When I saw that start, I was like, oh, hell no, not again, bro. Yeah, they made the playoffs and then they lost by 1 point to you chose them, right, as the champs in the NFC, right? You have them in the NFC title game, the Detroit Lions.
The Lions, I have them in the AFC Championship. Yes.
Oh, the AFC. They're in the AFC. My bad. See, again, another mistake I made, and people are gonna say out on the ball because I made one letter off on the title game. But Rams game, I think they only lost by 1 to the Detroit Lions in the playoffs last year, and they're coming back with pretty much the same team. So like, if you only lost to Y1 to your AFC contender champs, then why the fuck are the Rams not up there too, right? By logic, by transitive property for you math nerds, okay? You take that and you add that to the Rams. The Rams are neck and neck with the Lions, so they should also have a shot at the champ game, okay, the chip. So that's why I have them there. They're mostly coming back with the same team. I didn't really look into the offseason moves that they made, but I'm sure they made some. So hopefully they improve and the players they currently have get better because, I mean, that's ideally what you want to do. But, those are my sleeper picks. Those are my last takes. I think we've burnt the fuck out of this shit. What's the time so we can get into the gin hour?
1:25.
Okay, that's going to be our shortest episode. Okay, so let's get it. Let's truck to this shit real quick. So it's the Gen Hour for you people that hate gambling. Get the fuck off. We don't like you anyways. I'm just kidding. We love you, but
we love everybody.
I understand. We love everybody, bro. But if you don't like the gambling aspect that we're gonna, I don't call it gambling because I make money on this shit, man. But whatever, call it gambling, whatever. So the Gen Hour, fuck, marry, kill. I'll go first. So fuck. I'm taking the Pirates money line. Why do I not have it marry? Because the Pirates, despite having Paul Skeens pitching tomorrow. We love Paul Skeens.
We sure did.
He only gave up fucking 2 runs last game when he went 8 innings, he almost went 9, to be honest. They pulled him. I don't know why, but maybe they felt he was tired or mentally gassed or whatever. There's a lot of things that contribute to pulling a pitcher, but the Pittsburgh Pirates they don't put up runs. They struggle hitting the ball. They fucking suck when it comes to hitting the swinging those bats. So at the price of -150, I don't love this pick. I think it's going to hit because I believe in Paul. And the Pirates are capable of putting up runs. Every now and again, they're going to explode, okay? So that's why I fuck this pick. I don't really marry it, and I wouldn't kill it. But it's a fuckable pick. So we're going to go on to the marry. This one's pretty simple, man. Everything adds up to this being a solid pick. You're getting even money on the Kansas City 1.5 runs on the run line. I marry this pick. The KC are a way better team than the Chicago White Sox. They fucking shit on them. The White Sox are at home where I think they actually have a worse record at home than they do away. I'm not sure if that's true or not. But if it's not, then it's damn near close. So, yeah, I got KC 1.5. That should be the freest money. It's damn near. I think it's at -105. If it's changed, but I think it's at -105. You get almost even money just by taking Kansas City to handle shit and win by 2. It's pretty simple to me. But the kill is going to be the Minnesota money line. It's pretty simple. Minnesota, established team, and let me check real quick just to see who they play. It's escaping me right now, but I want to see who. And I'll be done after this. After I pick. Okay, so they're playing the Mets. That's why I have it as the kill. I told you I'm going to take a Mets game again.
Pick against. Whatever he's picking. Pick the other side.
No. The streak snapped. Okay, remember that.
Oh, that's true.
I am now 1-10 on Mets bets.
1-10. Okay, because the last time the last episode, I went reverse on what you picked.
I forgot. Yeah,
I got it right.
Me over. For the record, I still went. What was it? I forgot what the numbers are. We'll update you next episode because I forgot what the fuck happened. But I think I went 2 for 3 again. I forget.
You went 2 for 3. No. I went 2 for 3 as well. Oh no, I went 3 for 3. 3, 4.
Did you?
3.
I'll check the numbers next time. I don't believe him right now, but
I went 3 for 3, my brother. Oh shit! Don't
and I'm actually the one that sold what? Weapon?
I went 3 for 3. I remember.
I have to check my notes, man.
You picked the Yankees versus the Mets over.
The over 8.5, and then it missed. Yes,
it missed, and I picked the under, so I hit.
I know that. Okay.
And then you went Pirates under 8. That hit.
Okay, that hit.
And you went Phillies money line. You hit. I took Yankees Mets under 9.
So that's
and I hit.
So I'm
You
4-6.
went 2 for 3.
You're 3 or 5 because week 1 you were a pussy and you only picked two games.
That's true. It doesn't matter.
You're still
And then
3
I
or
picked
5.
the
I'm
Dodgers.
4-6.
I still went 3 for 3 last week.
I hit 6% more than you do because you decided to be a
6%.
weirdo. Hey man,
But I went 3 for 3 last week, my brother.
Yeah, cool, whatever you want. But anyways, so the kill, the Minnesota money line against the Mets. I just think the pitcher is better on the Twins. The Mets actually are not that great at home. Ironically, they actually are better away. So I think they're not going to put up. And then they have Jose Quintana pitching, who I have really no real faith in. I tried backing him before, and he fails me. No surprise, right? I'm 1 for 10 on Mets bets. So, yeah, Minnesota money line. You're actually getting plus money. I don't get it. I really don't. Pretty sure it's plus money, man. Like, let me double check real quick. You're getting plus money on the Twins, like, against the Mets. Like, that's... Yeah, it's plus money. So, take that. Take it to the bank. I'm gonna go 3 for 3. I believe that shit. But anyways, tell them the fuck, marry, kill, CeeLo, so we can sign the fuck off.
For real. I'm gonna start off with the Pirates under 3.5 runs in the first 5 innings.
You said Pirates, both teams, right?
Yes, both teams.
Oh, that's risky. I know you love Paul, but the pitcher for the ops is fucking garbage, bro.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Pirates can't fucking hit, but that's...
I know.
And then Diamondbacks money line, which,
Who are they
I
playing?
mean, they are playing, if I'm not mistaken, they are playing the Nationals.
Okay, that should be a pretty solid win right there.
And then my last pick is the Phillies minus 1.5.
That's your kill? Is that because they're playing
the Yankees?
You're taking the 1.5?
Yes, sir.
What is that? What's that price?
That
What is it, like plus 180?
Plus 135.
Wow, okay. All right. I don't think you need that. You could honestly just take them. It's going to be a close game, my friend. They got Gill and Wheeler on the mound. You think it's not going to be a shootout? Or it's close? It's probably going to be like a 6-5 type game. Why are you taking the 1.5 for?
It ain't gonna. It's gonna be more than that. Watch.
You think it's going to be a blowout? You're crazy,
It's
man.
probably gonna be a 4-run game.
That's
bro.
why it's your kill, right? That's why it's your kill.
Yes,
you
sir.
don't have faith in that shit? Yeah, you don't have faith in that shit. Okay.
But it's gonna.
So
but I'm gonna put my money where
real
my
quick.
mouth is.
So your fuck is the under 8 or under 3.5, right?
Under 3.5 in the first 5.
Okay. Your Mary is what?
Diamondbacks money line,
And then you kill.
and then Phillies minus 1.5.
Okay. Not terrible, but you're taking a risk like you always do. You fucking degenerate.
Hey, that's
you are
why
the
I'm a
degenerate of the two of us.
I sure
my
fucking
picks are
am.
safer. My picks are safer.
You
but
could go
anyways,
safe, bro.
That's all good, man. There's a reason why one of us is profitable and the one isn't. But so the dinner hour for me again, running it back, and we'll sign the fuck off. Fuck Pirates money line, Mary the KC 1.5 run line, and then the kill is the Minnesota money line. Solid picks on both sides, to be honest. At the end of the day, you just hope to hit more than you miss. Okay, when you're taking these picks. Okay, my fellow degenerates. At the end of the day, stick to straights, 2 legs, and sometimes you could hit a 3-legger, but the straights are the way to make money here. Okay, so yeah, I realize I'm probably talking to less people because people probably tune out because I don't know why people think gambling is bad, man. I mean, I get it because it ruins lives, but like when sports betting, poker, and blackjack are proven to be able to be beaten mathematically. Okay, so say all you want, but the math supports profitability. Okay,
But I ain't losing money, sir. I regained all my money on Baccarat, bro.
Tell him how you. All right, so I'll tell you. This man will lose bets to sports, right? And what he does, he'll hop in the fucking Baccarat table with $10 or whatever the fuck it is, and he'll just get it back, and then he'll keep placing bets. So like,
I sure
granted,
will.
it works. It works, but
It worked.
every strategy works until it doesn't, right?
But you know what? I did some degenerate shit, and I don't know why. I bet $5 on the player, $5 on the fucking banker.
My fucking God. Don't do this.
And then I fucking put $5 on the tie.
Yeah.
But the best part is they
It's
fucking
true.
tied.
He told me about this shit.
I
He was
fucking
so proud
tied,
of
bro.
himself. He was so
I
proud
won
of himself.
$50. Won $50, bro. I mean, I was down 20 at the time,
this
so
is
I was
what
up.
you don't do what this degenerate just told you, okay? He got lucky
Hey.
that he hit the tie.
Hey,
You're losing
you
5
could
cents
call
every
it-
hand.
It don't matter. As long as I profit, it's a win for me. I mean, I should have at least
lucky.
just put it on the tie, but
honestly,
hey,
the odds of that, 8-1 odds, man, that you actually hit a tie. I mean, anyways, man, we've been burning the fuck out of this shit today. It's gonna be our shortest episode yet, hopefully. Maybe episode 1 was shorter. I don't know, but it's because I introed it. I had a lot to say in the intro.
you have too much to say in the intro, bro. That's why I wanted to end it right after your intro, bro. I thought that was already long.
Listen, man, I had a lot to say. Okay, I had to address multiple people. Okay, and I had to address my fuck ups and mistakes that I make. I'm only human, right? So,
yeah, we are.
And you know that if we actually make it big, which we will, that somebody's gonna pull that clip and be like, "Look at this, Tony G
Look
over
what he
here
said.
using."
But we'll say, "Hey, look at the next clip, and we'll
look at the next
see."
clip.
He
Yeah.
apologized.
I'll have my receipt. I apologize when nobody fucking asked me to. Okay. So, anyways, that's been your show. This is the Big Papi Podcast, brought to you by Big Papi Productions. I'm Tony Millones. He's Silos, Big Papi Silos, and that is the show for today. And we are gone.
Almost. All right, guys. Thank you very much for listening to this week's podcast. Stay tuned because the next one will be coming soon. All right. All right. Peace out, guys.
B-double-O, B-double-O, that B-double-O, B-double-O, that B-double-O, B-double-O, that B.